I keep looking at minimalism and wondering, is the evolution of minimalism towards owning nothing and being happy about it? When I think of minimalism, I definitely think of Matt D'Avella. There's something about his voice, the way he talks, he makes minimalism look really cool. Makes me think back in college when I was trying to save on cash and I had about 7 t-shirts that I basically flipped through for the week. Now, in retrospect, that all looks cool through the eyes of minimalism, right? If you look up, own nothing and be happy, there's a idea out there presented in an article. And basically it says that you, in the future, this dystopian future, you will own nothing and actually be happy because you'll either rent it or you'll subscribe to it. And so in that sense, it'll free you from all this ownership. And I can't help but thinking how minimalism is actually leading us there. And I'm wondering if that's intentional, and I have no way of knowing. It's basically just a conspiracy theory. But it seems like the popularity of minimalism is kind of lending us that direction. We're going towards life, towards owning, instead of hundreds of things, owning 15 of them, and being really proud of that. Now, first off, I want to say as a disclaimer, I love minimalism. I love the idea of minimalism. And I've, in looking at, RV living, I've looked at minimalism from that perspective and basically going from, having all this space to having a very small, finite space. And when you're going to do that, you have to get rid of everything. Now, the last couple of years, I've looked at that and I've gone through different exercises where I have gotten rid of a lot of things. And it's actually harder than it looks. You can just get rid of stuff for sure. But there's certain things you think you want or need to hang on to. And you don't really. It doesn't really serve you. It's no longer something that you actually need. And so in that sense, I think minimalism is very freeing. And I really love the idea of it. And I really love the idea of like Steve Jobs in that room and not having hardly anything. And when I lived in Japan for almost 3 years, it was there I felt that sense of minimalism in terms of the rooms that they have. And in terms of having your bed rolled out as futon and then rolling it up for the day instead of having a huge monstrosity of a bed that takes up so much space. And I felt that relief, that almost monk-like feeling when I was there in Japan, and it made me feel good. And I really do think minimalism has a place. But I do also think that there's this other side of it that's actually moving us as a culture towards that direction where the next evolution is in fact owning nothing. And that kind of scares me a little bit. And I also think in terms of this minimalism that I've seen, there's a lot of focus on things. And the things are what gets you there. Meaning it's true minimalism. You own 15 things versus thousands of things or hundreds of things. But the focus is still on things, right? Because it's a double-edged sword. And what happens is you get enthralled by it. And then you get so far into it, by the time you realize where you've gone in this trajectory, it might be too late. And by too late, I mean, you've already adopted so many different things about it. Suddenly you're at the other end of the spectrum where you're not owning anything. You're powerless and also unhappy. I think you could still be a minimalist and have 100 things instead of 15. As long as it supports the lifestyle you want to lead from a perspective of your life philosophy and what you're actually doing in life. The amount of things really doesn't matter. It's how those things may drown you or actually liberate you. But my intent and purpose is to be mobile and is to have more choices. And in that sense, minimalism is a tool, not necessarily a lifestyle, but it is a tool for which I can look at things and decide, is it working for me or is it not? You could go with minimalism and maybe it doesn't evolve to owning nothing, but I think there's a danger that it might. It's just slowing down, checking in and mindfully saying, where does this evolution of minimalism go? Am I really focusing on the things or am I focusing on using it as a tool to get to a way of living that makes me happy? So those are just some thoughts. If you found this helpful, do give it a like. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.